something that I want to get this down on wax is the infamous photo of KEZ5 wearing like a Nike, the hospital gown or whatever.
Oh yeah,
when he jumped up out of the hospital and he did that highway spot during the day.
Yeah.
Posted that. He put you up on that spot.
Yeah, he did.
And I thought that was so crazy before I met you, because I was like, damn, I thought those guys had like beef like forever.
Yo, it was a hard beef. It was just like, he even said, I ain't going nowhere. This is going to be for life.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, I heard he was sick. So I reached out to him on Instagram. I was like, yo, dude, I heard you're sick, man. Sorry to hear that, because, you know, I went through that shit with Tabitha.
Right.
So, yeah, I felt some type of way that he got sick or whatever. And then we started talking. And then, you know, he was sending me pictures of his artwork and all of this. And I was just like, I didn't even know he was capable of doing art like that.
Wow.
I thought he was just a bomber and a tag, you know, doing fill-ins and tags. But he was actually a good artist.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. So he was just like, I'm sorry that you guys, you know, I did this all these years, put you through this shit or whatever. I was like, dude, it's a game, you know? It's like, I don't hold any hostilities towards you.
Yeah, you don't have any open beefs at all right now, right?
Nah. I was just like, you know, we're just playing a game.
How did the YKK beef start? Was it a YKK thing, or was it just you and KEZ5?
No, it was the whole crew.
It was the whole crew.
Yeah, I think the only one that didn't put his name on me was Spot.
Okay, because I remember seeing like a production of yours or whatever, and there was like a blimp up top.
Oh, yeah, that was the Graffiti Hall of Fame.
And you wrote something like YKK All My Sons or something like that?
Well, the thing is like I painted the night before so I wouldn't have to deal with the riffraff that goes on there in the daytime.
Okay.
So that shit was still fresh, and they went there and ragged it. I was like, they did the stack up. The one dude standing on the other guy's shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Because I painted up high for that reason. I was just like, maybe they can't reach it or whatever. But yeah, they found a way up there and they ragged it. So
within
like,
a day of you doing it.
Yeah. So it didn't run long. And I was like, oh shit. So Ezo calls me up. He was like, yo, they went over your shit in the Graffiti Hall of Fame. I was like, really? So I went back. I was like, fuck it. All right, now I just play with them a little. Yeah. So I fixed it or whatever, and then I put a label on the back of the blimp that said, what was it? PEAK VIC, the official YKK mentor.
Yeah, that's right.
On the back by the tail there.
Who of that crew would you say was like the most, like you guys were going like back and forth with?
It was Scuff and KEZ.
Scuff and KEZ.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if Spot went over me like anonymously, but he never actually put his name on me. The whole rest of the crew, I've seen their names on me.
And I know you're like at least friendly with Spot these days. What's your relationship like with Scuff? Did you guys ever squash it? Or?
Yeah, I mean it's all a game, man. Yeah, seriously. But I tell you one thing, he was definitely a worthy adversary. That's cool. They didn't think I was going to go to the extremes that I went through, being that I'm an older graffiti writer.
You were older back then to them, is what you're saying. Yeah.
So they were hanging. They hung out with PG.
Oh, okay.
This is a crazy story because like PG got locked up and I hadn't seen him in like 10 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to work on the subway on the A line, and I saw he had a sticker on a poster, and I was like, oh shit, that's interesting. And then they posted over it or whatever, and then I see he had another sticker, like just going to and from work, and I was like, oh shit, so he's traveling through here. So I wrote out a sticker or whatever. I was like, yo, PG, what up, man? This, that, and the other thing.
No cell phones, no fucking email, none of that.
Yeah, exactly. I smacked it up next to his sticker. Yeah. And then I'm going through and I see another sticker. He was like, yo, I'm back at my mom's house and shit come through.
He wrote it on a sticker?
Yeah. He put that up on next to the stickers. I was just like, oh shit. So I went to see him. Mm-hmm. So he was actually pretty tight with KEZ and Scuff and the whole YKK crew.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a Bushwick legend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. He's a Papa Smurf, man. He's like the mayor.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, he was tight with them. But I used to he'd be hanging out with them or whatever, and I just come down to Bushwick, pick him up, and then just go hang out somewhere else.
With your like tight relationship with PG, because from like I associate you with PG like heavily in a way.
He's like my big brother.
And then how was it that if he's down with YKK and shit, how did you wind up beefing with them?
Maybe they felt some type of way that I wasn't like more social with them. Yeah. Maybe they felt shunned that I was just coming down there and taking PG and hanging out. I don't know. But the beef started. KEZ says that I went over a VE fill-in with one of my grids. We painted like the whole building. or whatever, and he said there was a VE on there. If there was a VE on there, it wasn't an actual VE. It was somebody that did the VE, or maybe he did the VE.
Right.
But that's the reason he gave me.
Okay.
For starting to go over me.
Got you.
Meanwhile, Revs was just like, those. You want to piss them off, just become a king. They're just gonna come after you, or whatever. So I was like, all right, fuck it. So we were warring heavy, to the point where I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of wasting paint, like going over these. I'm just gonna do my own fucking thing, and I just started walking past their fill-ins. I was like, what? Fuck it, man.
Yeah.
But definitely, Scuff was a worthy adversary. I hand it to him, man. I mean, like, I heard they had the Manhattan Bridge on lock with fill-ins, and I was like, oh shit. So I took the train over. I saw they had that bridge on lock.
Yeah.
The posts,
right.
The houses up there, whatever. So I was like, oh shit. So anyway, I saw the colors that they used, and then I went back. I took out most of everything that they did up there. I buffed out their outlines so I wouldn't have to do fill-ins and just put my own outlines.
Right. Yeah. One of the classic.
So anyway,
tricks.
after PG passed away or whatever, I had to go to the wake. That's like my big brother or whatever, and the whole crew was there. I was like, fuck it, I don't care. And they acted respectful to PG. Nothing broke off or whatever. So we're dropping roses into PG's gravesite, and Scuff and I are standing side by side, and he turned around and he was like, yo, this shit ends here. I was like, bet, definitely. He was like, I got a wall for you to paint for him.
Wow.
And that's like right around the corner from PG's house.
Wow.
Where he lived.
Crazy.
And I was like, that's fucking awesome, man.
But
he actually mentioned, like, after the fact, he mentioned the bridge. He was like, yo, that bridge shit, I felt that. And that was big of him to actually admit that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he loves graffiti through and through from what I've gathered.
He's definitely a real dude, man. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, shout out to Scott for sure.
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry, that's a crazy story for me to think about, just like PG passing away. And I assume too, like, you guys were all brought back together when DG passed away as well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, that was a mutual friend of everybody's.
Yeah,
I feel like
DG, everyone loved DG, man. That guy was such a character.
Right.
He was awesome. Man,
I regret, like, I only got to meet him one time, but he was hilarious, man. He was like, there was a room full of like probably like 40 writers, like sketchbooks out, like people doing, and he was like talking about, he's like, I'm the best at this shit.
His laugh and shit, he's like the loudest one in the room, that laugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Oh,
Seriously.
man.